the next Scoop with the Supt for the 2025-26 school year. I'm Dr. Scanlon. A big question came up about security in the elementary schools in particular this year. The budget for this year was affected by this. So we're going to talk a little bit today about what that looks like and how this came about. So for this school year, the budget was in pretty bad shape with the amount of costs for healthcare costs. We had almost over $5 million in healthcare costs. Some folks have asked about, well, did the transition cost us money? The transition actually saved us about $900,000, which overall helped us in the budget. But every unit with the budget changes had to be impacted by this. And the security unit was no exception to this. So over the past several years, starting in 2012, our security budget was about $500,000. Last year, our security budget was $3.1 million. So as we looked at the budget, we decided to make cuts in different areas. One of the areas was in security, where we announced multiple times at each one of the budget presentations and all the board meetings where we were cutting 5 positions. Those 5 positions were tied to the pre-K program in each of the elementary schools. Now, the pre-K security guards were there for arrival and dismissal, and then they sat literally at the door the entire day. We reconsidered this resource and tried to reestablish where we could be best effective in the schools. So there are supports in each of the schools for arrival and dismissal for the pre-K program. There are still guards at each of the elementary schools. We have not let that down. In addition, we've put in other security measures since last year. So we're looking to continue to analyze this as we go through the year. The principals in the elementary schools will be keeping us apprised about any concerns that they may have. But our guards will be at each of the schools. There's no concern for that. Another concern for security this year is the arming of security guards. Last year, the board started considering the idea of arming security guards, and that for the past year has been going back and forth with different discussions on this. The board did a survey with the faculty and staff in the district. 55% of the employees of the district responded that they were in favor of armed guards. They then did a survey of all the households in the district for parents in the community, and 60% of those who responded were in favor of armed guards. So the board has recently advised the administration to work with the units, that would be the security unit and administration unit, on how we would negotiate compensation for these areas. So we are presently doing that. What would this look like? The proposal we put out is that we would use our own guards. Our guards know our students, they know our families, they know our schools, they know our staff. There is no need to be bringing in an outside company. Most of our guards, if not all of our guards at this point, are former law enforcement. So those would be the guards we'd be looking to see if they would be willing to be armed. This would be strictly voluntary for those individuals. The district would of course pay for the training for those guards. They would pay for whatever weapon we decide to use, the ammunition for that, and the lock boxes for that, as well as holsters. All of the weapons would be concealed, and there would be guards in each one of the schools. One other piece that we put into this discussion was to have the guards analyzed as we go through the year if there's any concerns with their mental fitness. This is a major requirement, and one that each of the units has been working closely with us to resolve. So we are attempting to make sure that we get these things accomplished. The board in the next few board meetings will be discussing this further. We encourage all the community residents, parents, anyone to come to the board meetings to hear the discussion. And if you would like to respond publicly to the comment area, you can certainly email the Board of Education, or you can come and speak at the board meeting. Thank you.